And a mushroom. Possibly a pee-pee.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. It has been a while since I've been able to stream due to pneumonia and other health-related issues. So thank you so much for being here. And it looks like, holy Toledo, we haven't been live for more than a few minutes and we already have a raid from a winter gust. Ooh. Hello. Do you prefer winter gust? Let's see, winter gust channel. Looks like this was the artist. Hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, Raiders. If you're not familiar with my content, hello, my name is Vexing Cat. I am primarily a reading or booktuber streamer. Winter seems to be the most commonly used. Okay, good to know. But yes, I primarily read literature, classic literature, and poetry. I am working my way through the poetical work of Oscar Wilde. Let me tab over there. So we're in the Flowers of Gold section, and so we have about a little over, I'd say, math this out real quick, about 100 pages left in this book. We're averaging about 50 to 60 depending on the poems per read and my health. So we'll try and see how far we can get. Looks like the perfect stream for sleep lurk. 100%. A lot of people enjoy my voice and the content that I produce in a very calm, soothing way. If you haven't followed me on Twitter or Blue Sky, I just posted about how I am, what was it? The chill based streamer. Bear with me a second. Well, how did that read? Oh, thank you. I am the calming presence of the year. Rating calming presence. That is that is the vibe. Well, thank you so much for the follow. Yes, so we're going to return to the poetry. I'm pretty excited. I have my chocolate snack, I have my horchata, and my water today. So got a little bit of everything covered for today's stream. I already consumed all of my caffeine that I should probably have in one day a few hours ago. So I'm good. And of course, if you're at all interested in I think I have it listed in my About Me section. If you're at all interested in supporting literacy and access to books worldwide and want to support the reading of Room to Read, the link to that is down in my About Me section. And I think !donate. Jules, if you could run that just to make sure I have the bot up. You can always go directly to the link there. Anyway, so we are continuing where we left off. So if you were here during the month of October, I really drilled down on the picture of Dorian Gray, which was an incredible novel of Oscar Wilde's. Thank you, Jules. It is, it's epic. Like the way he would describe a scene brought forth such imagery and texture and flavor to one's spirit. And it is so sad that he died so young and only left us with a few plays, several poems, and only one full-length novel. And it just, it breaks my heart ever so to know that there is only one novel that we can claim for Oscar Wilde. But times were hard. He was facing prejudice. His family was complicated and political. Purveyor of the arts, aesthete, man's man, bit of a dandy. Oscar Wilde was an incredible person, and I relate to him a great deal. And he, being of Irish descent, being a person of such literary quirks and talent, to go to England and become successful is quite impressive. Because London will chew you up and spit you out if you're not prepared. Even in, what was it, 18? Bear with me a second. We are on one pages. Da, 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 da. So 1913, I stand corrected. Yes. Oscar did a really phenomenal job with Picture of Dorian Gray, but this poetry is quite good. So we are on
Mommy? Sorry.
Mommy, sorry. Yes. So we are on to the Ballad de Marguerite from Normandy. Bear with me here. Let's set that up there and ta-da. I am weary of lying within the chase when the knights are meeting in market-place. Nay, go not thou to the red-roofed town, lest the hooves of the war-horse tread thee down. But I would not go where the squires ride, I would only walk by my lady's side. Alack, and alack, thou art overbold. A forester's son may not eat off gold. Will she love me the less that my father is seen each Martinmas day in a doublet green? Perchance she is sewing a tapestry, spindle and loom are not meet for thee. Ah, if she is working the arras bright, I might ravel the threads by the firelight. Perchance she is hunting of the deer, how could you follow over hill and mere? Ah, if she is riding with the court, I might run beside her and wind the mort. Perchance she is kneeling in Saint Denis. On her soul may Our Lady have gramercy. Ah, if she is praying in lone chapelle, I might swing the censer and ring the bell. Come in, my son, for you look say pale. Come in, my son, for you look say pale. The father shall fill thee a stoup of ale. But who are these knights in bright array? Is it a pageant the rich folks play? 'Tis the King of England from over sea, who is come unto visit our fair country. But why does the curfew toll say low? And why do the mourners walk a row? Oh, 'tis Hugh of Amiens, my sister's son, who is lying stark, for his day is done. Nay, nay, for I see white lilies clear. It is no strong man who lies on the bier. Oh, 'tis old Dame Jeanette that kept the hall. I knew she would die at the autumn fall. Dame Jeanette had not that golden brown hair. Old Jeanette was not a maiden fair. Oh, 'tis none of our kith and none of our kin. Her soul may Our Lady assoil from sin. But I hear the boy's voice chaunting sweet, Elle est morte, la Marguerite. Come in, my son, and lie on the bed, and let the dead folk bury their dead. O mother, you know I loved her true. O mother, hath one grave room for two? Yeah. Earlier on in these poems, you can really tell that the majority of the beginning of the book was from his time in school. Like, the collection of poems was still forming the body, the feel of what makes Oscar Wilde a great creator. And now that we're kind of midway through this poetry, through the whole scope of his poetry, we have these incredible images and this romanticism that is just incredible. Anyway, I digress. The Dole of the King's Daughter, Britain. 7 stars in the still water, and 7 in the sky. 7 sins on the king's daughter, deep in her soul to lie. Red roses are at her feet, roses are red in her red gold hair, and oh, where her bosom and girdle meet, whew, red roses are hidden there. Fair is the knight who lieth slain amid the rush and reed. See the lean fishes that all feign upon dead men to feed. Sweet is the page that lieth there, cloth of gold is goodly prey. See the black ravens in the air, black, oh black as the night are they. Oh no. Hey everyone. Oh no! That's the best fire salamander ever. Hello. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in.
Hydrate,
hello.
hydrate.
Yes, you got it, Yuki. I don't even know where to start because there's a lot to say here. So Ken, with the gem there, and Yuki, thanks.
Gina.
Oh,
Dog, 1,337 just full.
your old model, it's just like boom, 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 so many things all at once. Hello, raiders. It's me, Vexing Cat, your local tiger librarian. I am currently reading the poetry of Oscar Wilde. We were playing Skyrim, so we thought a dragon D's nuts was the correct choice. Fair enough. Well, welcome in. For those of you that were here before, Taibo so graciously raided into me. She is the partner of one of my gen mates, who I think I saw Kanarashi in here somewhere, and Yuki Sukimori is also in here somewhere too. Both of them are my gen mates, Gen 2 of the Underrealm. Exclamation point Underrealm will send you a direct link to our Discord, shared Discord, where we post events and collabs and etc. etc. Hello. Can I get a shout out for Taibo? Well, no, we just had one for Taibo. Can I get one for Ken and Yuki when you have a chance, Jules? Both amazing content creators. Yuki is a snow leopard, Baker. So love, love, absolutely adore her. And Taibo is this just debuted an incredible live 2D model.
Katamari should be,
and we have our
around
gummy
a
shark.
juicy 12 meters. We can believe in you for 18 minutes in Earth time. But any longer than that, and even the king of all cosmos can't be expected to wait. That's all, folks. Fuck!
Oh, good job, Nutty. Good job.
We look forward to a nice Katamari bedraggled prince.
So yes, Ken is arguably the most energetic streamer I have ever come across, and every time I get to enjoy his content, hilarious, 100%. And Taibo is playing through one of my all-time favorite games of Skyrim, and Yuki, if we can get one for her as well, unless I'm on cooldown. Yuki also does a variety of different games and chill vibes, but playful. Like a kitten rolling around in yarn kind of vibes. Yes. Okay, let's see, where were we? Yeah, there is the underscore. Jules, if you can. Yoink. Do 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 do. Yee! Fu! Roto! Yeah, that was... I love Skyrim. It's one of the few games that I've actually purchased on multiple systems. Oh, the chibi!
I gotta soften it though. You gotta soften it. You gotta
Is that from Paper Mario, I think? Yeah.
Dicks.
Such a good game.
I had to think about if I was gonna...
Knees. Alduin. Yes. Chaos notwithstanding, for all of you wonderful raiders that haven't been here before, it's me, your local tiger librarian. I bring the calm, the chill, the serene vibes, I guess, to Underrealm, and we are just growing at such an incredible pace, and the content that we have planned and the things we have for 2025 are just mwah, mwah. I can't wait to tell you all. Not the least of which, of course, is we're still a ways away from this, but when we hit 1,000 followers, I have a live 2D model rigged and ready to go. I'm just doing all of the art and the reveal poster and the reveal animation and all of the stuff. So we're still a ways away. So yeah, and we'll get there. But yes, be sure to check out Underrealm, the Discord. I have it posted below in the About Me section. But I return to the poetry because that's what we're here for. I'll go back a stanza. Sweet is the page that lieth there, cloth of gold is goodly prey. See the black ravens in the air, black, oh black as the night are they. What do they there so stark and dead? There is blood upon her hand. Why are the lilies flecked with red? There is blood on the river sand. There are two that ride from the south and east, and two from the north and west. For the black raven a goodly feast, for the king's daughter rest. There is one man who loves her true, red, oh red is the stain of gore. He hath duggen a grave by the darksome yew, one grave will do for four. No moon in the still heaven, in the black water none. The sins on her soul are 7, the sin upon his is 1. Oh, that one was a dark one. The next one is Amor Intellectualis. Chapter marker, grab that. Amor Intellectualis. intellectualis? Maybe. Amor intellectualis. Oft have we trod the vales of Castaly, and heard sweet notes of sylvan music blown from antique reeds to common folk unknown, and often launched our bark upon that sea which the 9 muses hold in empery, and ploughed free furrows through the wave and foam, nor spread reluctant sail for more safe home, till we had freighted well our argosy, of which despoiled treasures these remain: Sordello's passion and the honeyed line of young Endymion, lordly Tamerlane, driving his pampered jades, and more than these, the sevenfold vision of the Florentine, and grave-browed Milton's solemn harmonies. That one was a bit of a mouthful. Santa Decca. The gods are dead, no longer do we bring to grey-eyed palace crowns of olive leaves. Demeter's child no more hath tithe of sheaves, and in the noon the careless shepherds sing, for Pan is dead, and all the wantoning by secret glade and devious haunt is over. Young Hylas seeks the water springs no more, great Pan is dead, and Mary's son is king. And yet, perchance, in this sea-tranced isle, chewing the bitter fruit of memory, some god lies hidden in the asphodel. Ah, love, if such there be, then it were well for us to fly his anger, nay, but see, the leaves are stirring. Let us watch a while. Corfu. Interesting. The next one is a vision. 2 crowned kings, and one that stood alone, with no green weight of laurels round his head, but with sad eyes as one uncomforted, and wearied with man's never-ceasing moan. For sins no bleeding victim can atone, and sweet, long lips with tears and kisses fed. Girt was he in a garment black and red, and at his feet I marked a broken stone, which sent up lilies dove-like to his knees. Now at their sight, my heart being lit with flame, I cried to Beatrice, "Who are these?" And she made answer, knowing well each name. Oh, I don't know these names. Achilles first, the second Sophocles, and last, wide stream of tears, Euripides. Euripides? Pides? Euripides? Oh, God, Greek. I'm so terrible at Greek. Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides, I think. I don't know. We gotta work on our Greek. Impression de voyage. The sea was sapphire-colored, and the sky burned like a heated opal through the air. We hoisted sail, the wind was blowing fair, for the blue lands that to the eastward lie. From the steep prow I marked with quickening eye Zakynthos, every olive grove and creek, Ithaca's cliff, Lycaon's snowy peak, and all the flower-strewn hills of Arcady, the flapping of the sail against the mast, the ripple of the water on the side, the ripple of girls' laughter at the stern. The only sounds, when 'gan the west to burn, and a red sun upon the seas to ride, I stood upon the soil of Greece at last. Katakolo. Interesting. Again, he's kind of in a Greek period, I'm guessing. The grave of Shelley. Like burnt-out torches by a sick man's bed, gaunt cypress trees stand round the sun-bleached stone. Here doth the little night owl make her throne, and the slight lizard show his jeweled head. And where the chaliced poppies flame to red in the still chamber of yon pyramid, surely some old world sphinx lurks darkly hid, grim warder of this pleasance of the dead. Plaisance? I don't think I've seen that word before. To the internet. Doodle-doodle-doo. Somebody get me a exclamation point word in chat, please. And we want pleasance. Pleasance. I appreciate that, Zook. I think Jules might have to do it. Interesting. It's obviously an old version of this word. Pleasance? Just pleasance. Okay. Pleasance. A place laid out as a pleasure garden or promenade. Ah, the more you know. Thank you, Jules. Remind me later or DM me so I can update that. Well, the danger is if multiple people give me an exclamation point word, we're going to get further into the dictionary than I realized. But yes, a place laid out as a pleasure garden or promenade. Archaic form of pleasure. I think contextually, a pleasure garden. Grim warder of this pleasance of the dead. Makes the most sense. True. That's a good idea. Very true. Ah, sweet indeed, to rest within the womb of earth, great mother of eternal sleep, but sweeter far, for thee a restless tomb. Big stretch. Yeah, my little stretchy guy. De shrimp. But sweeter far for thee a restless tomb in the blue cavern of an echoing deep, or where the tall ship's founder... Oh. Give myself a reminder. But sweeter far for thee a restless tomb in the blue cavern of an echoing deep, or where the tall ships founder in the gloom against the rocks of some wave-shattered steep. Rome. Now I have some theories here, just reading these. I think he wrote these poems about or in proximity of where he was, and so Catacolo and Rome and Corfu all being locations, maybe that's where he was on his tour of Europe at the time. Interesting thought. So next we have By the Arno. And the last poem from Flowers of Gold. The oleander on the wall grows crimson in the dawning light, though the gray shadows of the night lie yet on Florence like a pall. The dew is bright upon the hill, and bright the blossoms overhead. And, but the grasshoppers have fled, the little attic song is still. only the leaves are gently stirred by the soft breathing of the gale, and in the almond-scented vale the lonely nightingale is heard. The day will make thee silent soon. O nightingale, sing on for love, while yet upon the shadowy grove splinter the arrows of the moon. Before, across the silent lawn, in sea green vest the morning steals, and to love's frightened eyes reveals the long white fingers of the dawn. Fast climbing up the eastern sky to grasp and slay the shuddering night, all careless of my heart's delight, or if the nightingale should die. That one, spicy. So we're into a new section. This one's called Impressions de Theater. Oh, this was one. Henry Irving was another author that was pretty incredible, if memory serves. I don't think I've gotten a chance to read their work, but I remember seeing it referenced, and Henry Irving being a good friend of Oscar Wilde. Fabien de Francy, to my friend Henry Irving. The silent room, the heavy creeping shade, the dead that travel fast, the opening door, the murdered brother rising through the floor, the ghost's white fingers on my shoulders laid. And then the lonely duel in the glade, the broken swords, the stifled scream, the gore, thy grand revengeful eyes when all is over. These things are well enough, but thou wert made for more august creation. Frenzied Lear should at thy bidding wander on the heath, with the shrill fool to mock him, Romeo. For thee should lure his love and desperate fear, pluck Richard's recreant dagger from its sheath. Thou trumpet set for Shakespeare's lips to blow. Interesting. Very interesting. Now it makes me want to read what Henry Irving wrote. Looks like this whole section has work. Sarah Bernhardt was a famous actress. I wonder if Ellen Terry is as well. Sarah Bernhardt, interesting fact, amazing actress, supported the arts. Like a good portion of her income was turned right back into amazing artwork. In fact, one of probably one of the more notable artists from that era, I believe he was it was Alphonse Mucha. I'm probably butchering the last name, but Alphonse Mucha was known as like one of the original creators for the Art Nouveau movement. Art Nouveau being beautiful natural curves on women and beautiful vines and flowers spinning up and twirling around in these beautiful curvy sensual shapes, and just so good. Let me see if I can find a So Alphonse Mucha, very famous artist, incredible work. So he did a lot of her movie posters. So as you can see, like Sarah Bernhardt, this very, very beautiful, curvy, feminine shape. A lot of beautiful colors, very, very earthy, green. Dangerous waters here, looking randomly on the internet, because a lot of people get tattoos, but please don't be bad as I ask myself. But yes, so Sarah Bernhardt and then Alphonse Mucha right here. Just absolutely. Kind of like Dior loves women. Not Sarah Bernhardt, but Alphonse Mucha loved women. You can tell by the way he drew the subtle curves of one's face, the shapes of their bodies, the textures in their hair and flowers, and just made them spring and summer and fall and rich and just gorgeous. Absolutely talented artist. And Sarah Bernhardt was just mwah, you know. So between the two of them, Theatre de la Renaissance, you know, he did a number of their posters. This is the Zodiac. This is one of his most famous works. It's like reproduced multiple times. The Sarah Bernhardt, like the first piece I ever saw of his work was from this one in the center here with the lilies in her hair. Just incredible artist. Anyway, I digress. We're into the weeds, because that's what happens. Welcome to the inner workings of Vexing Cat. Aw, thank you. I can't take any credit. This model, this PNG tuber, is designed by Seagenary. My concept, her execution. Amazing artist. Which is referenced down in the About Me section. Be sure to check that out. Alright, we are on to Phaedra. To Sarah Bernhardt. How vain and dull this common world must seem to such a one as thou, who shouldst have talked at Florence with Mirandola, or walked through the cool olives of the Academe. Thou shouldst have gathered reeds from a green stream for goat-foot Pan's shrill piping, and have played with the white girls in the Phaeacian glade, where grave Odysseus wakened from his dream. Ah, surely once some urn of Attic clay held thy wan dust, and thou hast come again, back to this common world so dull and vain, for thou wert weary of the sunless day, the heavy fields of scentless asphodel, the loveless lips with which men kiss in hell. Very nice. And welcome in, Jess7727. I hope you enjoy the poetry. Sonnets written at the Lyceum Theatre. This is one Portia to Ellen Terry, which I'm assuming is another, seems likely it's another actress. I marvel not Bassanio was so bold to peril all he had upon the lead. To peril all he had upon the lead, or that proud Aragon bent low his head, or that Morocco's fiery heart grew cold, for in that gorgeous dress of beaten gold, which is more golden than the golden sun, no woman Veronese looked upon was half so fair as thou whom I behold, yet fairer when, with wisdom as your shield, the sober-suited lawyer's gown you donned, and would not let the laws of Venice yield Antonio's heart to that accursed one. O Portia, take my heart, it is thy due. I think I will not quarrel with the bond. 2. Queen Henrietta Maria, also to Ellen Terry. In the lone tent, waiting for victory, she stands with eyes marred by the mists of pain. Like some wan lily overdrenched with rain, the clamorous clang of arms, the ensanguined sky. War's ruin and the wreck of chivalry. Thank you for the follow. To her proud soul no common fear can bring. Bravely she tarrieth for her lord the king. Her soul aflame with passionate ecstasy. O hair of gold, O crimson lips, O face, made for the luring and the love of man. With thee I do forget the toil and stress, the loveless road that knows no resting place. Time's straitened pulse, the soul's dread weariness, my freedom and my life republican. Interesting. The next one is titled, I'm guessing Kama, perhaps, comma. I'm guessing Kama. As one who pouring on a Grecian urn scans the fair shape some Attic hand hath made, god with slim goddess, goodly man with maid, and for their beauty's sake is loath to turn and face the obvious day, must I not yearn for many a secret moon of indolent bliss, when in the midmost shrine of Artemis I see thee standing, antique-limbed and stern. And yet, methinks I'd rather see thee play that serpent of old Nile, whose witchery made emperors drunken. Come, great Egypt, shake our stage with all thy mimic pageants. Nay, I am grown sick of unreal passions. Make the world thine Actium, me thine Antony. That was the end of that section. Like I said before, if you were here at the beginning, these aren't really chapters, and I think they're more like, I imagine them like a computer with a bunch of different folder icons with like different ideas that are all lumped together. They're like, these kind of match. And I feel like all of these letters, the Impressions du Theater, were all letters he wrote to perhaps a bunch of different actors and actresses. We can speculate. I mean, it's only 110 years ago. All right, so the next section is Panthea. Panthea? Like Pantheon? Yeah, I'm gonna say Panthea. Ooh, this one's a long one. Hold on. Ooh, she thick. How many pages is this beefy one? Oh, okay, she's about 10 pages. So after I read this one, we should be able to go on a short break and go use the restroom and top off our water. So be sure to hydrate, caffeinate, grab a snack, do whatever you need to relax and enjoy the poetry. Little sip for me. Panthea, nay. Let us walk from fire unto fire, from passionate pain to deadlier delight. I am too young to live without desire. Too young art thou to waste this summer night, asking those idle questions which of old man sought of seer and oracle, and no reply was told. For sweet, to feel is better than to know, and wisdom is a childless heritage. One pulse of passion, youth's first fiery glow, are worth the hoarded proverbs of the sage. Vex not thy soul with dead philosophy. Have we not lips to kiss with, hearts to love, and eyes to see? Dost thou not hear the murmuring nightingale, like water burbling, like water bubbling from a silver jar? So soft she sings, the envious moon is pale, that high in heaven she is hung so far she cannot hear that love enraptured tune. Mark how she wreathes each horn with mist, yon late and laboring moon. White lilies in whose cups the golden bees dream, the fallen snow of petals where the breeze scatter the chestnut blossoms o'er the gleam of boyish limbs in water. Are not these enough for thee? Dost thou desire more? Alas, the gods will give naught else from their eternal store. For our high gods have sick and wearied grown of all our endless sins, our vain endeavor for wasted days of youth to make atone by pain or prayer or priest, and never, never hearken they now to either good or ill, but send their rain upon the just and the unjust at will. They sit at ease, our gods, they sit at ease, strewing with leaves of rose their scented wine. They sleep beneath the rocking trees, where asphodel and yellow lotus twine, mourning the old glad days before they knew what evil things the heart of man could dream and dreaming do. And far beneath the brazen floor they see, like swarming flies, the crowd of little men, the bustle of small lives. Then wearily back to their lotus haunts they turn again, kissing each other's mouths, and mix more deep the poppy-seeded draught, which brings soft purple-lidded sleep. Welcome in, Lasada. That is a very cute emote, and thank you for the bits. They're all there, all day long, the golden-vestured sun. Their torch-bearer stands with his torch ablaze, and when the gaudy web of noon is spun by its 12 maidens through the crimson haze, fresh from Endymion's arms comes forth the moon, and the immortal gods in toils of mortal passion swoon. Also, welcome in, Koran. Thank you, Curious. It's always lovely to see you. I am getting ready for bed and gotta sleep soon, because can't keep getting mad at people to take care of themselves if I don't take care of myself. Valid. Very valid. Yes. Hydrate, caffeinate, grab a snack, curl up with a blanket, do whatever you need to, and enjoy the poetry. Also, welcome in, Grim. You did make it. Big stab. Stab, stab, stab. I best not be hearing you not taking care of yourself. Who, me? I would never. I am still recovering, but I feel mostly recovered. I do notice a little fatigue in my lungs, but my voice is pretty much back. The cough is nominal, if at all. I'm on the mend. It feels good. There walks Queen Juno through some dewy mead, her grand white feet flecked with the saffron dust of wind-stirred lilies, while young Ganymede leaps in the hot and amber foaming must, his curls all tossed as when the eagle bare the frightened boy from Ida through the blue Ionian air. There, in the green heart of some garden close, Queen Venus with the shepherd at her side, her warm, soft body like the briar rose, which would be white yet blushes at its pride. Laughs low for love, till jealous Salmacis, there we go, till the jealous Salmacis peers through the myrtle leaves and sighs for pain, for lonely bliss. There never does that dreary north wind blow, which leaves our English forests bleak and bare, nor ever falls the swift white-feathered snow, nor ever doth the red-toothed lightning dare to wake them in the silver-fretted night, when we lie weeping for some sweet, sad sin, some dead delight. Side note, Jules, when you have a second, can you dole out some various shouties? I don't know what if we're on a cooldown, but Coron, the Coffee Crow, amazing Australian streamer, does live streams of him making coffee. Phenomenal. The Curious One, great gamer, League of Legends. I've also watched them play a variety of games. Calming, chill vibes. Curious One is S-tier chill streamer. We've got Lasada, another great RPG gamer, D&D themed. They're, what is it, a Quirrell? They're a Quirrell, like squirrel, but curl. There we go. They're Quirrell and concept, these big appendages, tentacle creature, looks like a big Black Panther, super cool. And of course, Grim Glassman, artisan, phenomenal creator here on Twitch, various gaming streams. He's got a big Minecraft collab coming up on the 21st, but Grim does live streams of cutting, foiling, and soldering glass, custom stained glass details. Just awesome. Awesome work. Coron, I stand corrected, you sweet New Zealander bean. I apologize.
Right, so that's like 4-6. Oh, sorry, 4. Fuck yeah. I take it. I fucking take
Coron
it.
in their little crow form. Is that Mahjong?
Yes!
Are you playing Mahjong? That's phenomenal.
What the
I think this is the version of Mahjong that Grim and Flora and them showed to me. That is a very old top tier clip though. Still good. I know. Oh, curious. Streaming ASMR. Like I said, chill. Cool vibes.
So very good. So very sweet. But also so filthy.
I think that is the
But in the
old
best
PNG
sense.
model though.
You are
But yeah,
a
they have
wonderful
this
friend,
very
and you've been kind to me,
sleek, sort of
and you are deserving of the
intergalactic,
praise I bestow upon you for your
interspatial,
craft.
eldritch
So go ahead and
vibes. Very cool concept. I hear the heart of the tiles. I created a oh, let's saw that. Oh, that's their new model that they're using. They also have a terrifying Furby model, which is incredible, awful,
Oh, God.
but incredible.
This won't work.
Oh god, that failure was perfect.
Awesome. Uno más, uno más. We just need to get Grim too. You guys have got to see Grim. Grim is great. Ah, yes.
I googled
Was this
big
the
boob.
design phase, Grim? I'm sorry, big boob?
Just one boob, only for one, for free. I googled big boob. Look at all those
Uh-huh.
results. Literally over 1 billion results.
Well, my life is at least filled with very interesting and fun people. So, thank you for that, Grim. That lives in my head now, rent-free. All right. Amazing. I know the most interesting people. All right, continuing on with poetry. Alas, they know the far Lethean spring, the violet hidden waters well they know, where one whose feet with tired wandering are faint and broken may take heart and go, and from those dark depths cool and crystalline drink and draw balm and sleep for sleepless souls and anodyne. But we oppress our natures, God or fate is our enemy. We starve and feed on vain repentance. Oh, we are born too late. What balm for us in bruised poppy seed, who crowd into one finite pulse of time the joy of infinite love and the fierce pain of infinite crime. Oh, we are wearied of this sense of guilt, wearied of pleasure's paramour despair, wearied of every temple we have built, wearied of every right unanswered prayer. For man is weak. God sleeps and heaven is high. One fiery colored moment, one great love, and lo, we die. But no ferryman with laboring pole nears his black shallop to the flowerless strand. No little coin of bronze can bring the soul over death's river to the sunless land. Victim and wine and vow are all in vain. The tomb is sealed. The soldiers watch. The dead rise not again. We are resolved into the supreme air. We are made one with what we touch and see. With our heart's blood, each crimson sun is fair. With our young lives, each spring impassioned tree flames into green the wildest beasts that range. The more our kinsmen are, all life is one and all is change. With beat of systole and of diastole, one grand great life throbs through earth's giant heart, and mighty waves of single... Oh. That's my alarm. Sorry, give me a second. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation. No breathing. Sorry. Yeah. I like some metal music sometimes. Anyway. I don't know. Is Papa Roach really metal? Hard rock, definitely. Yeah. Okay. I digress. With beat of systole and diastole, one grand great life throbs through earth's giant heart, and mighty waves of single being roll. From nerveless germ to man, for we are part of every rock and bird and beast and hill, one with the things that prey on us and one with what we kill. From lower cells of waking life we pass to full perfection. Thus the world grows old. We who are godlike now were once a mass of quivering purple flecked with bars of gold, unsentient or of joy or misery, and tossed in terrible tangles of some wild and wind-swept sea. This hot, hard flame with which our bodies burn will make some meadow blaze with daffodil. Aye, and those argent breasts of thine will turn to water lilies, the brown fields men till. Will be more fruitful for our love tonight. Nothing is lost in nature, all things live in death's despite. In death's despite. Fair. The boy's first kiss, the hyacinth's first bell, the man's last passion and the last red spear, that from the lily leaps the asphodel, which will not let its blossoms blow for fear of too much beauty and the timid shame of the young bridegroom at his lover's eyes, these with the same. One sacrament are consecrate, the earth, not we alone hath passions hymeneal. The yellow buttercups that shake for mirth at daybreak know a pleasure not less real than we do, when in some fresh blossoming wood we draw the spring into our hearts and feel that life is good. So when men bury us beneath the yew, thy crimson-stained mouth a rose will be, and thy soft eyes lush, bluebells dimmed with dew, and when the white narcissus wantonly kisses the wind its playmate, some faint joy will thrill our dust, and we will be again fond maid and boy. And thus, without life's conscious, torturing pain, in some sweet flower we will feel the sun, and from the linnet's throat will sing again, and as two gorgeous mailed snakes will run over our graves, or as two tigers creep through the hot jungle where the yellow-eyed huge lions sleep, and give them battle. How my heart leaps up to think of that grand living after death, in beast and bird and flower, when this cup, being filled too full of spirit, bursts for breath. And with the pale leaves of some autumn day, the soul, earth's earliest conqueror, becomes earth's last great prey.
Seymour the art boy just followed.
Welcome in, Seymour. Seymour? The art boy. Seymour the art boy. That's a great name. Oh, think of it. We shall inform ourselves into all sensuous life, the goat-foot fawn, the centaur, or the merry, bright-eyed elves, that leave their dancing rings to spike the dawn upon the meadow, shall not be more near than you and I to nature's mysteries, for we shall hear the thrush's heart beat, and the daisies grow, and the wan snowdrop sighing for the sun on sunless days in winter. We shall know by whom the silver gossamer is spun, who paints the diapered fritillaries. On what wide wings from shivering pine to pine the eagle flies. Aye, had we never loved at all, who knows if yonder daffodil had lured the bee into its gilded womb, or any rose had hung with crimson lamps its little tree. Methinks no leaf would ever bud in spring but for the lover's lips that kiss, the poet's lips that sing. Is the light vanished from our golden sun, or is this daedal-fashioned earth less fair? What we are nature's heritors, and one with every pulse of life that beats the air, rather new suns across the sky shall pass, new splendor come unto the flower, new glory to the grass. And we, two lovers, shall not sit afar, critics of nature, but the joyous sea shall be our raiment, and the bearded stars shoot arrows at our pleasure. We shall be part of the mighty universal whole, and through all eons mix and mingle with the cosmic soul. We shall be notes in the great symphony, whose cadence circles through the rhythmic spheres, and all the live world's throbbing heart shall be one with our heart. The stealthy creeping years have lost their terrors now. We shall not die. The universe itself shall be our immortality. Yeah, that one's good. That one hit different. I think he was definitely Panthea. Panthea was just very sensual, very sumptuous for the palate, for the soul. All right, we are on to the fourth movement. If these are all short, let's go ahead and do I'm going to read about 8 minutes worth, and then we'll go on a break. And then we'll be able to, I'll go use the restroom, top off my water. We can all go through the rigmarole that is the ads, and then we'll be back. Let's see. This first one is Impression. Le Réveillon. Réveillon? Rebellion, maybe, I think. Le Réveillon. The sky is laced with fitful red. The circling mists and shadows flee. The dawn is rising from the sea like a white lady from her bed. And jagged, brazen arrows fall athwart the feathers of the night, and a long wave of yellow light breaks silently on tower and hall. And spreading wide across the wold, wakes into flight some fluttering bird, and all the chestnut tops are stirred, and all the branches streaked with gold. At Verona. How steep the stairs within kings' houses are, for exile-wearied feet as mine to tread, and oh, how salt and bitter is the bread which falls from this hound's table. Far, better far, that I had died in the red ways of war, or that the gate of Florence bear my head, than to live thus, by all things comraded, which seek the essence of my soul to mar. Comraded? I'm not sure. I feel like that's a local comraded or comraded. I think it's comraded. Then to live thus by all things comraded, which seek the essence of my soul to mar. Interesting. Curse God and die. What better hope than this? He hath forgotten thee in all the bliss of his gold city and eternal day. Nay, peace, behind my prison's blinded bars, I do possess what none can take away, my love, and all the glory of the stars. Yeah, that one's not so bad. Let's see. This next one is titled Apologia. That's 2 pages. We'll knock this one out. Quick. Quick as a bunny. Apologia. Is it thy will that I should wax and wane, barter my cloth of gold for a hodden grey, and at thy pleasure weave that web of pain, whose brightest threads are each a wasted day? Is it thy will, love, that I love so well, that my soul's house should be a tortured spot, wherein, like evil paramours, must dwell the quenchless flame, the worm that dieth not? Nay, If it be thy will, I shall endure and sell ambition at the common mart, and yet dull failure be my vestiture, and sorrow dig its grave within my heart. Perchance. It may be better so. At least I have not made my heart a heart of stone, nor starved my boyhood of its goodly feast, nor walked where beauty is a thing unknown. Many a man hath done so, sought to fence in straitened bonds the soul that should be free, trodden the dusty road of common sense, while all the forest sang of liberty. Not marking how the spotted hawk in flight passed on wide pinion through the lofty air, to where some sleep untrodden mountain height caught the last tresses of the sun god's hair. Or how the little flower he trod upon, the daisy, that white-feathered shield of gold, followed with wistful eyes the wandering sun, content if once its leaves were aureoled. But surely it is something to have been the best beloved for a little while, to have walked hand in hand with love and seen his purple wings flit once across thy smile. Aye, though the gorged asp of passion feed on my boy's heart, yet have I burst the bars, stood face to face with beauty, known indeed, the love which moves the sun and all the stars. Oh yeah, that was tasty. He's snaps for Oscar Wilde, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, it is an absolute pleasure reading this poetry, I gotta tell you. We are at an ad break point, so kind of midway. I'm shooting for 3 hours today. I do feel a bit of raspiness in my throat though, so we'll just see how we're playing it by ear. Pardon. So let's go ahead and just take a 3-minute break to hydrate, caffeinate, grab a snack, use the restroom, do whatever it is you need to get through your ads, and I will be back very shortly after I top off my water and use the little ladies' room. So, un momento, be right back. should be back. Wonderful. Okay. So we are returning to the fourth movement. A little hydration here. Get a little wet your whistle, so to speak. Jules, as the way the shout out player is currently working, it's not actually pinging people. Can you remind me to figure that out later? Or I'm probably gonna forget. I did fix I'm pretty sure who was it earlier? Was it Koron? Zucchini, if you're still here, Zuck, if you want to do the exclamation point word, it should work now for subscribers. If you're still here. You might have gone to bed, to be fair. I mean, it's like morning. I don't know. Australia gets confusing because it's like 6 hours, but behind tomorrow. I don't know. The way my head works is weird. Anyway, we are returning to the fourth movement. Kia multum amavi? Maybe. We'll try. It is a lovely poem. There are a few here that were exquisite. Kia multum amavi. Dear heart, I think the young impassioned priest, when first he takes from out the hidden shrine his God imprisoned in the Eucharist, and eats the bread and drinks that dreadful wine, the dreadful wine, feels not such awful wonder as I felt when first my smitten eyes beat full on thee, and all night long before thy feet I knelt, till thou wert wearied of idolatry. Ah, hadst thou liked me less and loved me more through all those summer days of joy and rain, I had not now been sorrow's heriter, or stood a lackey in the house of pain. Yet, though remorse, youth's white-faced seneschal, I'm pretty sure it's seneschal. There we go. Yet though remorse, youth's white-faced seneschal tread on my heels with all his retinue, I am most glad I loved thee. Think of all the suns that go to make one speed well blue. Since Zuck seems to have stepped away, could any of the other subscribers at any tier do exclamation point word? It will only let it happen once. I set it to a 5-minute cooldown, so whoever gets to it first, go gadget, yes! Silentium amoris. Nice work, Deus. Silentium amoris. As oftentimes the two resplendent sun hurries the pallid and reluctant moon back to her somber cave ere she hath won a single ballad from the nightingale. So doth thy beauty make my lips to fail, and all my sweetest singing out of tune. And as at dawn across the level mead, on wings impetuous some wind will come, and with its 2 harsh kisses break the reed, which was its only instrument of song. So my 2 stormy passions work me wrong, and for excess of love my love is dumb. But surely unto thee mine eyes did show. Why am I silent, and my lute unstrung? Else it were better we should part and go, thou to some lips of sweeter melody, and I to nurse the barren memory of unkissed kisses and songs never sung. That's a mood. Oh man. So my two stormy passions work me wrong, and for excess of love my love is dumb. That hits hard. That one's, I need to remember to grab that one. That is good. Very tasty, accurate. It's just, it just has a mouthfeel. It has a like texture and weight and body to the words strung together in such a way that it just satiates the soul. It massages your inner kernels of creativity and makes you be like, yeah, I can relate to this for sure. All right, so the next one is titled Her Voice. The wild bee reels from bough to bough with his furry coat and his gauzy wing. Now in a lily cup, and now settling a jacinth bell a swing. Fallen roses are red, violets are blue. It's been 10 months I've subbed to you. I wanted to do a haiku to sub to you, but I ran out of. That is great. Thank you, Fallen. You are appreciated. I'm glad that you're here. I was worried that you would miss some of the poetry today. As another theater aficionado, you know, an actual actor among our ranks, it is nice to see you here. Yes. My love is dumb is so relatable. You're correct. Myco Psycho. Jules, when you have a second, I need shouties for Fallen and for Myco when you have a moment. Annoyingly, had to go to theater tonight. 'Tis the way of things, or I'd have been here from the start. Well, if you're so keen, you can always come back and listen to the VODs. I do usually keep them up for the duration of when they'll let me keep them. And then, for those of you not familiar...
Hey, nice bum.
Yes.
I can take this. Okay. Oh, okay. Just stroking this lady's bottom. That's fine.
One of my favorite videos that was turned into a TikTok too. Yes, the lady's bottom. Yeah. Fallen, another amazing live streamer based out of the UK. Just adorable and sweet and fun, and he's got that tasty accent that's so good. Myco, do you not have any clips? Do we need to start making clips for you? One more thing. You do appreciate the art. Hopefully that art doesn't, nope. Well, we need to work on that. So, post in Neff's ancestral library, and that way we can all kind of like, Hawkeye watch, and so we can get some of those comedic moments. Because you are humorous, and it would be nice to have content to show off how great you are and your reading, because Myco is also another what I call a booktuber. I don't believe they particularly cared for that word when I described them as such before when we first met, but to me a booktuber is a PNG or live 2D or 3D Vroid model that is someone who reads, and that is how I define it. So yes, if you guys are not familiar with Myco Psycho, they do a variety of books, some fantasy, some and fiction, but they also do more philosophy and mathematics and science. The scientific journals are usually really good too. I am an introversion. I must hide. Yeah, it's too late. Too late for that, good sir. Yes. You're done in. Sorry. It is what it is. All right. We'll try this, her voice from the top again. Me. Her voice. The wild bee reels from bough to bough, with his furry coat and his gauzy wing, now in a lily cup, and now setting a jacinth bell a swing. In his wandering sit closer, love. It was here, I trow, I made that vow. Swore that two lives should be like one, as long as the seagull loved the sea, as long as the sunflower sought the sun. It shall be, I said, for eternity, twixt you and me. Dear friend, those times are over and done. Love's web is spun. Look upward, where the poplar trees sway and sway in the summer air. Here in the valley never a breeze scatters the thistle down, but there great winds blow fair from the mighty murmuring mystical seas and the wave-lashed leas. Look upward, where the white gull screams. What does it see that we do not see? Is that a star, or the lamp that gleams on some outward voyaging argosy? Ah, can it be? We have lived our lives in a land of dreams. How sad it seems. Sweet, there is nothing left to say but this, that love is never lost. Keen winter stabs the breast of May, whose crimson roses burst his frost. Ships tempest-tossed will find a harbor in some bay, and so we may. And there is nothing left to do but to kiss once again and part. Nay, there is nothing we should rue. I have my beauty, you your art. Nay, do not start. One world was not enough for two, like me and you. Oof. Whew. Sorry, give me a second. I am starting to feel the burn, baby, burn. I'm gonna shoot for 30 more minutes of reading, which is only like a 2-hour stream today, but I do feel a little tickle begin to rasp and draw from my throat. The words most crass. You know, just a little too rough. Did Oscar Wilde just invent dumping somebody my text? No. I feel like people have been writing each other letters and prose and poetry to express their feelings and distaste for one another for years. But yeah, that poem is pretty. Yeah, I still have my beauty and you your art. No, we can't stay together. That's pretty harsh. My voice. Within this restless, hurried, modern world, we took our heart's full pleasure. You and I, and now the white sails of our ship are furled, and spent the lading of our argosy. Wherefore my cheeks before their time are wan, for very weeping is my gladness fled. Sorrow has paled my young mouth's vermilion, and ruin draws the curtains of my bed. But all this crowded life has been to thee no more than a lyre or lute or subtle spell of viols or the music of the sea. that sleeps a mimic echo in the shell. I feel like this one could be just like, you know, taken apart piece by piece, and it's just the way within this restless, hurried modern world, so within the world of today, we took our heart's full pleasure. We loved, you and I. And now the white sails of our ship are furled. Our ship has sailed, like what we love. You know, our relationship has sailed. Like it's, I don't know if that means it has grown into something and it's full sail and it's positive, but or it could be spent the lading of our argosy. Like we loaded up the ship. Wherefore my cheeks before their time are wan, for very weeping is my gladness fled. Sorrow has paled my young mouth's vermilion, and ruin draws the curtains of my bed. So, their relationship, someone has gone sick, or someone's died, or something has happened to take away that love. Like, wherefore my cheeks before their time are wan. Wan means to like become sunken in, to be pale, sickly, you know, yeah. And for very weeping is my gladness fled. So the weeping is because whatever joy in the relationship is gone, for whatever the course or the cause of it. Weeping and ruin and sorrow are all this individual has left. But all this crowded life has been to thee. So all dedicated their life to their partner, no more than lyre or lute or subtle spell, of viols or the music of the sea that sleeps a mimic echo in the shell. So this part feels like a diversion, but perhaps to bring back the sort of sea-like thematic. But all this crowded life has been to thee. So all of my love and my life has been to thee. No more than lyre or lute or subtle spell, of viols or the music of the sea. So the echo of their love continues on past what has ended. So our love has furled and sailed. Either I or my partner grew sick and our relationship passed because maybe one of them died or got sickly and it had to end. And now the echo of what has been still reminds them still of what was or what could have been. It's interesting. It's just kind of fun to dissect that one a little bit. Some of the longer ones, it would be much harder, and we don't have time or energy to do that. So, but anyway, moving on. Let's see. This is, I'm guessing, Tedium Vitae. My Latin letters is not great, so we try our best. So the final poem of the fourth movement is Tedium Vitae. I do not know what that means in Latin. If someone wants to look that up, that would be cool. To stab my youth with desperate knives, to wear this paltry age's gaudy livery, to let each base hand filch my treasury, to mesh my soul within a woman's hair, and be mere fortune's lackeyed groom. I swear, I love it not. These things are less to me than the thin foam that frets upon the sea, less than the thistledown or summer air, which hath no seed. Better to stand aloof, far from these slanderous fools who mock my life, knowing me not. Better the lowliest roof, fit for the meanest hind to sojourn in, than to go back to that hoarse cave of strife, where my white soul first kissed the mouth of sin. Ooh, doggy. That one's spicy. Tedium vitae, and a state of extreme ennui and weariness of life. That makes sense. The etymology of tedium. Oh, yes, that makes sense. We gotta love that ennui. Ennui. Yep. It is a wave of something. Oh, Hig's here. Hi, Hig. Hello. Hig is one of the wonderful people that I met through my gen mate, Kenarashi. And Hig is also a great streamer and was recently playing Path of Exiles. If I could get a shouty for Hig when you have a second, Jules, I would genuinely appreciate it. So we're moving on to the next section. I don't know how much more I can read today because I am done in a bit. Bless.
Governs the spawn of the Seraph chest, because I've done like 4 or 5 of these. Stop
Destiny
giving me
2.
Donations. Thank you.
Aw, thanks, Hig. Of
Of
course. Destiny 2. Have not played. Watched some gameplay, though. It's a good game. It's a good game. Sorry. Pardon. So, Humanitad? That, Oscar, I feel like you just want to put me through my paces every time. So the next section is called Humanitad. I think. How long is this beefy beast? Jesus! She thick! Okay. Alright, after this poem, I will be done, because this is a lot of reading in one go, and I'm already starting to fade. So, we ball! Alright, hydrate, caffeinate, grab a snack, do whatever it is you need to enjoy the final poem of today. And after that, if I play my cards right, maybe there's some other readers so we can go bother, or one of my gen mates, one or the other. I love my people. Following. Same category. Maybe. Seems unlikely for my gen mates, unfortunately. Ruthie has been playing 8 hours of horror. That's insane. They started this morning and it's been all day. Vil is having a presentation on Vor. Boogie is playing The Windows Are Gone. Bill is reading, but Bill is a short reader and they've already been streaming for an hour plus, and I feel like the last time I rated Alan and Bill the Duck, that they stopped shortly thereafter. Well, Almontis VT is playing Sorry, Your Princess is in Another Timeline. That would be fun. But let's see who's in the same category out of curiosity. We only raid tall readers. Maybe. Writing, Portuguese, German. Vamos de foquino pormo. Nope. Writing. Terrifying model, but cool. Writing. Oh, they're reading Game of... No. And then Alan, who's based. We love Alan. Atropa is writing on a typewriter. That's some seriously amazing ASMR. Me. That's true. this is probably going to take me at least 20 minutes to read this next poem, Maiko. So I would love to be able to raid you if you're up and running a little bit early. No pressure though. Pace yourself. If you have stuff you need to do, I totally understand. But yeah, we can definitely do that, Maiko. Which would be good because we weren't able to give you a shouty because you don't have any clips. So, anyway, one more poem and then we are done for today because this one is thick with like at least 2, maybe 3 C's. Humanitad. It is full winter now, the trees are bare, save where the cattle huddle from the cold, beneath the pine, for it doth never wear the autumn's gaudy livery, whose gold her jealous brother pilfers, but is true to the green doublet. Bitter is the wind as though it blew from Saturn's cave. A few thin wisps of hay lie on the sharp black hedges where the wain dragged the sweet pillage of a summer's day from the low meadows up the narrow lane. Upon the half-thawed snow the bleating sheep, there we go. The bleating sheep press close against the hurdles, and the shivering house dogs creep. From the shut stable to the frozen stream, and back again, disconsolate, and miss the bawling shepherds and the noisy team, and overhead in circling listlessness the cawing rooks whirl round the frosted stack, or crowd the dripping boughs, and in the fen the ice pools crack, where the gaunt bittern stalks among the reeds, and flaps his wings and stretches back his neck, and hoots to see the moon across the meads, limps the poor frightened hare, a little speck. And a stray sea-mew with its fretful cry flits like a sudden drift of snow against the dull grey sky. Full winter, and the lusty goodman brings his load of sticks from the chilly byre, and stamps his feet upon the hearth, and flings the sappy billets on the waning fire, and laughs to see the sudden lightning scarce his children at their play. And yet the spring is in the air. Already the slim crocus stirs the snow, and soon yon blanched fields will bloom again, with nodding cowslips for some lad to mow. For with the first warm kisses of the rain, the winter's icy sorrow breaks to tears, and the brown thrushes mate, and with bright eyes the rabbit peers. From the dark warren where the fir cones lie, and treads one snowdrop underfoot, and runs over the mossy knoll, and blackbirds fly across our path at evening, and the suns stay longer with us. Ah, how good to see grass-girdled spring in all her joy of laughing greenery dance through the hedges till the early rose, that sweet repentance of the thorny briar, burst from its sheathed emerald and disclose the little quivering disk of golden fire, which the bees know so well, for with it come pale boy's love, sops in wine, and daffodillies all in bloom. Then up and down the field the sower goes, while close behind the laughing yonker scares, with shrilly whoop the black and thievish crows, and then the chestnut tree its glory wears. And on the grass the creamy blossom falls, in odorous excess and faint half-whispered madrigals. my goodness. He is just putting me through my paces. Steal from the bluebells nodding carillons. My goodness. Steal from the bluebells nodding carillons. Each breezy morn, and then white jessamine, that star of its own heaven, snapdragons, with lolling crimson tongues, and eglantine, in dusty velvets clad, usurp the bed, and woodland empery, and when the lingering rose hath shed. Doing a little math here. Red leaf by leaf its folded panoply, and pansies close their purple-lidded eyes. Chrysanthemums from gilded argosy unload their gaudy, scentless merchandise. And violets, getting overbold, withdraw from their shy nooks, and scarlet berries dot the leafless haw. O happy field, and O thrice happy tree, soon will your queen daisy-flowered smock and crown of flower de luce trip down the lea. Soon will the lazy shepherds drive their flock back to the pasture by the pool, and soon through the green leaves will float the hum of murmuring bees at noon. Soon will the glade be bright with bellamore, the flower which wantons love, and those sweet nuts veil lilies in their snowy vestiture. Will tell their beaded pearls, and carnations with mitred dusky leaves will scent the wind, and straggling travelers' joy each hedge with yellow stars will bind. Dear bride of nature, and most bounteous spring, that canst give increase to the sweet-breathed kine, and to the kid its little horns, and bring the soft and silky blossoms to the vine. Where is that old nympathy? Where is that old nympathy which of yore man got from poppy root and glossy berried mandragore? There was a time when any common bird could make me sing in unison, a time when all the strings of boyish life were stirred to quick response or more melodious rhyme by every forest idol. Do I change, or rather doth some evil thing through thy fair pleasance range? Nay, nay, thou art the same, 'tis I who seek to vex with sighs thy simple solitude, and because fruitless tears bedew my cheek, would have thee sweep with me in brotherhood. Fool, shall each wronged and restless spirit dare to taint such wine with the salt poison of his own despair? Thou art the same. 'Tis I whose wretched soul takes discontent to be its paramour, and gives its kingdom to the rude control of what should be its servitor. For sure, wisdom is somewhere, though the stormy sea contain it not, and the huge deep answer, 'tis not in me. To burn with one clear flame, to stand erect in natural honor, not to bend the knee in profitless prostrations, whose effect is by itself condemned. What alchemy can teach me this? What herb Medea brewed will bring this unexultant piece of essence not subdued? Yes, silly. So Silly is a streamer, if you guys have not seen their content. An incredibly adorable frog VTuber. Does a variety of content. Most recently, they were on a collab stream that I watched with a variety of people playing Lethal Company. Allegedly, they're going to get back into streaming in some future date. But if you guys are not already following Silly, I would highly recommend giving them a view. They are super sweet, super kind, and it's another one of those amazing people that I have gotten to meet through Ken Arashi. So anyway, Jules, you're gonna like this one. I 10 out of 10 would recommend Silly Claw to you, in particular, Jules. Yes.
Found him! I found him! I found him! Hey nerd, guess what? Then you can start shooting. Respect him. Oh, he started talking to me. He said respect him. How about you respect some
this
bitches?
clip. Incredible. I don't think I've ever seen that game. I don't know what that was. All right. Back to the poetry. Escape from Tarkov. I've heard of it, never played. To burn with one clear flame, to stand erect, in natural honor, not to bend the knee. In profitless prostrations, whose effect is by itself condemned. What alchemy can teach me this? What herb Medea brewed will bring the unexultant peace of essence not subdued? The minor chord which ends the harmony, and for its answering brother waits in vain, sobbing for incompleted melody, dies a swan's death. But I, the heir of pain, a silent Memnon with blank lidless eyes, wait for the light and music of those suns which never rise. The quenched out torch, the lonely cypress gloom, the little dust stored in the narrow urn. The gentle, I'm guessing Zype. Zype? We don't know. Let's look it up, I guess. Zype. So somebody's gonna have to hit me with a what's the word I'm looking for? With an exclamation word for my subscribers. Zype. Let's see what we get. Oh, she's thinking. She cooking. Is she confused? We might not be able to find her here. We will have to Google. This could be dangerous. No words, no results found. Greek for rejoice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, E.E. Cummings, which another phenomenal author from the 20th century. Yeah, I think memory serves. Yes, I see that it is the word for rejoice, but how do I pronounce it? Bah. Okay, well, we're gonna just say Zype. That we ball.
Mommy?
We're in it to win it.
Mommy? Sorry.
Aw. Welcome in, Alan and Bill. Wait a second. See, I said it. You were going to finish before I could finish, so that's unfortunate. But welcome in, Alan, and I hope you had a good reading stream. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. You saw that word in Honkai Star Rail. Look at the giant bill. That's incredible. And thank you for the bits. 10 out of 10. Great emote. Clap, clap, clap. 10 out of 10. Bill is incredible. And the best. Oh my god, Spacey Tora. Oh no. Another Tiger VTuber, incredible artist, gamer extraordinaire. I love their model. I love their art. I love their kindness. It's like, yeah. If you guys haven't seen Spacey Tora, you need to check out their content because they're phenomenal. Can I get a shout out? Yeah. Did we not get anything for, let's see. All right. Alan, post in the Nef's library, the ancestral library, about you not having clips either. We need to focus on you guys that are, you know, reading streamers that don't have clips. So we have a few people in that community that could do it, and I know I will. I'll try and, but it's just like Swiss cheese, my brain, so I'll forget. I have been better, but I have also been considerably worse. Tora, I have been very sick for like 3 weeks. Pneumonia, it was no bueno. Oh no! What just happened? We're down. I don't know what just happened, and I am confused. Ah, there it is. I think, therefore I am hiding. There we go. Huzzah. Oh no! I found it. We're good. Cheese brain. It has, but it's the temperature differentials. It's been 6 Fahrenheit up to 41 and back again. It is cold. It is miserable. It is Alaska, so it is par for the course. But if you're trying to recover your lung function from pneumonia, which is what I've been suffering with, it's been yeah. But my voice is mostly back. It's been a strain. That's why I'm not doing a full read stream today, and I'm gonna end it with this poem, however long it takes. Yeah. Anyway, we ball. Yeah, Alaska temps and everything in between. The weird days are the 41-degree days, so like winter has come and gone, and then it's gonna basically turn the world into a giant skate rink because all of that melted snow is now just sitting on the very frozen ground. And so then at night when it drops below freezing, it just smooths everything out like glass. And yeah, if I wanted to put on a pair of skates, I could skate all the way out to my coffee stand from my neighborhood if I wanted to. I don't. I won't. That seems incredibly dangerous and very unsafe. So well, it's just one of the many joys of living this far north. Anyway, I am squirreling so hard. All right, let's go. The opening of a Hallmark Christmas movie. The temperatures were so warm, and now it's so cold, and the only way to get to the coffee stand is to race there in my ice skates. Takes dog for an ice skate through the neighborhood, runs into another poor soul who's just trying to traction their way there on some what are they called, the ice cleats on their boots, and just, you know, have that memorable 101 Dalmatians moment where run into each other and fall to the ground on the very hard ice. It would be bad. Yeah, no, I could see it, but it would also be like, ugh, trope. The quenched out torch, the lonely cypress gloom, the little dust stored in the narrow urn, the gentle zype of the attic tomb. Were not these better far than to return to my old, fitful, restless malady? or spend my days within the voiceless cave of misery? Nay. For perchance that poppy-crowned god is like the watcher by a sick man's bed, who talks of sleep but gives it not. His rod hath lost its virtue, and when all is said, death is too rude, too obvious a key to solve one single secret in a life's philosophy. Pardon? That seems spicy, and it might just because of my modern ideas. Nay, for perchance that poppy-crowned god, so opium, is like the watcher by a sick man's bed, so somebody who is using opium, who talks of sleep but gives it not. So like, even though they are taking in the opium, they're not able to rest, probably because the morphine and the mania that comes with it. His rod. So his rod in this context, okay, doing it out, breaking it out like this, it like to spur someone on, right? Like to rod and wheel, the carrot and the stick to push them forward. They've lost their virtue. And when all is said, death is too rude, too obvious a key, so they do not slip from their mortal toil into death in an opium-induced sleep. Oh, welcome in, Sugar Depot. That's a good name. To solve one single secret in a life's philosophy. It's an interesting stanza, as it stands. Ha. And love, that noble madness whose august and inextinguishable might can slay the soul with honeyed drugs. Alas, I must from such sweet ruin play the runaway, although too constant memory never can forget the arched splendor of those brows Olympian. Fruitini! Oh, okay. Do you prefer Sugar Depot, or is this just something temporary? Which for a little season made my youth so soft a swoon of exquisite indolence that all the chiding of more prudent truth seemed the thin voice of jealousy. Oh, hence, thou huntress deadlier than Artemis, go seek some other quarry for of thy too perilous bliss. My lips have drunk enough, no more, no more. Though love himself should turn his gilded prow back to the troubled waters of this shore, where I am wrecked and stranded even now, the chariot wheels of passion sweep too near. Hence, hence I pass unto a life more barren, more austere. I think I like it more. Got a kind of new ring to it. Does. It's got a little down at the Sugar Depot. It's got a flavor. I like it. It's good. I liked Fruitini. No cap. That's for sure. I liked Fruitini, but Sugar Depot is good too. More barren, aye. Those arms will never lean down through the trellised vines and draw my soul in sweet reluctance through the tangled green. Some other head must wear that aureole, for I am hers who loves not any man, whose white and stainless bosom bears the sign Gorgonian. Let Venus go, and chuck her dainty page, and kiss his mouth, and toss his curly hair, with net and spear and hunting equipage. Let young Adonis to his tryst repair. But me, her fond and subtle fashioned spell, delights no more. though I could win her dearest citadel. I, though I were that laughing shepherd boy who from Mount Ida saw the little cloud pass over Tenedos and lofty Troy, and knew the coming of the queen, and bowed in wonder at her feet, not for the sake of a new Helen would I bid her hand the apple take. Then rise, supreme Athena, argent-limbed, and if my lips be music-less, inspire. At least my life was not thy glory hymned by one who gave to thee his sword and lyre, like Aeschylus, I'm guessing, like Aeschylus at well-fought Marathon, and died to show that Milton's England should still bear a son. And yet, I cannot tread the portico and live without desire, fear, and pain, or nurture that wise calm which long ago the grave Athenian master taught to men, self-poised, self-centered, and self-comforted, to watch the world's vain fantasies go by with unbowed head. Alas, that serene brow, those eloquent lips, those eyes that mirrored all eternity, rest in their own colonos and eclipse, hath come on wisdom and Mnemosyne, is childless in the night which she had made for lofty secure flight. Athena's owl itself hath strayed. Nor much with science do I care to climb, although by strange and subtle witchery she draw the moon from heaven, the muse of time unrolls her gorgeous colored tapestry to no less eager eyes, often indeed in the great epic of Polymnia's scroll I love to read. How Asia sent her myriad hosts to war against a little town in panoplied, in gilded mail with jeweled scimitar, white-shielded, purple-crested, rode the mead between the waving poplars and the sea, which men call Artemisium, which men call Artemisium, till he saw Thermopylae. Its steep ravine spanned by a narrow wall, and on the nearer side a little brood of careless lions holding festival, and stood amazed at such hardihood, and pitched his tent upon the reedy shore, and stayed 2 days to wonder, and then crept at midnight over some unfrequent height, and coming down the autumn forest treacherously slew what Sparta held most dear, and was the crown of far Eurotas, and passed on, nor knew how God had staked an evil net for him in the small bay at Salamis. And yet the page grows dim. In its cadenced Greek delights me not. I feel with such a goodly time too out of tune to love it much. For like the dial's wheel from its blinded darkness strikes the noon, yet never sees the sun, so do my eyes restlessly follow that which from my cheated vision flies. Oh, for one grand, unselfish, simple life to teach us what is wisdom. Speak, ye hills, of lone Helvellyn, for this note of strife shunned your untroubled crags and crystal rills. Where is that spirit which, living blamelessly, yet dared to kiss the smitten mouth of his own century?
Hi.
Hey Dan, welcome in. I'm gonna hydrate for a second. My goodness. Oh yeah, we're getting to the meat and potatoes here. Whoop. How much more is this? Oh, it just goes forever. We got this. We got this. Speak ye, Rydalian laurels, where is he whose gentle head ye sheltered? That pure soul whose gracious days of uncrowned majesty through lowliest conduct touched the lofty goal where love and duty mingle, him, at least, the most high laws were glad of. He had sat at wisdom's feast. But we are learning's changelings, know by rote the clarion watchword of each Grecian school, and follow none. The flawless sword which smote the pagan Hydra is an effete tool, which we ourselves have blunted. What man now shall scale the august ancient heights, and to old reverence bow? One such, indeed, I saw, but Ichabod. Gone is that last dear son of Italy, who, being man, died for the sake of God, and whose unrisen bones sleep peacefully. Oh, guard him well, my Giotto's tower, thou marble lily of the lily town, let not the lower. I'm not entirely sure if lower is a word, honestly. Hold that thought. Lower? Could somebody give me an exclamation point word, please? Lower? Lure? Lured. Variant. No, lower. Okay. Variant of lower. Lowered, lowering. That is not useful. Example sentence. Lowered, lowered. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's still on a cooldown. Ah, good to know. How many seconds? I'm gonna have to look at that. I hope it's not hours, because that's hours. That's absurd. It should have been seconds or minutes. No? Good. Alright, I'll change that to 2. Because apparently 5 is too long. Yeah. Okay. Well, give me a second. Let's bloop. Okay. Save. And can we run the command? Hey, I got it. We're good. Lower. Let's see. Zype, lower. There's some good words today. Of the rude tempest vex his slumber, or the Arno with its tawny troubled gold. Overleap its marge no mightier conqueror, clomb the high capital in the days of old, when Rome was indeed Rome for liberty, walked like a bride beside him, at which sight pale mystery fled, shrieking to her farthest, sombrest cell, with an old man who grabbled rusty keys, fled shuddering for that immemorial knell, with which oblivion buries dynasties, swept like a wounded eagle on the blast, as to the holy heart of Rome the great triumphir passed. He knew the holiest heart and heights of Rome. He drave the base wolf from the lion's lair, and now lies dead by the imperial dome. Imperial dome. Which overtops Valdarno, hung in air by Brunelleschi. Brunelleschi, O Melpomene. Breathe through thy melancholy pipe thy sweetest threnody. Breathe through the tragic stops which such melodies that joy's self may grow jealous, and the nine forget a while their discreet emperies, mourning for him who, on Rome's lordiest shrine, lit for men's lives the light of Marathon, and bare to sun-forgotten fields the fire of the sun. O guard him well, my Giotto's tower. Let some young Florentine each eventide bring coronals of that enchanted flower, which the dim woods of Vallombrosa hide, and deck the marble tomb wherein he lies, whose soul is as some mighty orb unseen of mortal eyes. I'm dying. Oh, God. We're doing our best out here. Some mighty orb whose cycled wanderings, being tempest-driven to the farthest rim where chaos meets creation and the wings of the eternal chanting cherubim, are pavilioned on nothing, passed away into a moonless void, and yet, though he is dust and clay, he is not dead. The immemorial fates forbid it, and the closing shears refrain. Lift up your heads, ye everlasting gates, ye argent clarions, sound a loftier strain, for the vile thing he hated lurks within its somber house, alone with God and memories of sin. Still, what avails it that she sought her cave, that murderous mother of red harlotries, at Munich on the marble architrave? The marble architrave, the Grecian boys die smiling. But the seas which wash Aegina fret in loneliness, not mirroring their beauty, so our lives grow colorless. Also, Red Lethal Panda is a Gen 1 from Underrealm. Jules, if you could get them a shouty when you have a second, would be grand. For lack of our ideals, if one star flame torch-like in the heavens the unjust, swift daylight kills it, and no trump of war can wake to passionate. Ooh, the PNG Panda.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Got him.
Oh
my
Ooh,
god.
she.
GG guys, good shit.
Nice.
GG.
GG.
Clutch.
I don't know how I
Panda
hit those
tier.
shots, but I hit them.
Nice. Good job, Panda. But yes, if you're not familiar with Red Lethal Panda, they play a good deal of Tekken, Valorant. They play Overwatch with me on occasion. They're also part of the very large collab D&D stream with Wildosis as the DM. But yeah, Panda's a good egg, and I highly recommend their content if you're into adventure and fighting games. Yeah. For lack of our ideals, if one star flame torch-like in the heavens the unjust, swift daylight kills it, and no trump of war can wake to passionate voice the silent dust, which was Mazzini once, rich Niobe. For all her stony sorrows hath her sons but Italy. What Easter day shall make her children rise, who were not gods yet suffered? What sure feet shall find their grave clothes folded? What clear eyes shall see them bodily? Oh, it were meet to roll the stone from off the sepulchre and kiss the bleeding roses of their wounds in love of her. Our Italy, our mother visible, most blessed among nations and most sad, for whose dear sake the young Calabrian fell that day at Aspromonte, and was glad that in an age when God was bought and sold, one man could die for liberty, but we, burnt out and cold. See honor smitten on the cheek in gyves bind the sweet feet of mercy. Poverty creeps through our sunless lanes and with sharp knives cuts the warm throats of children stealthily, and no word said. Oh, we are wretched men, unworthy of our great inheritance. Where is the pen of austere Milton? Where the mighty sword which slew its master righteously? The years have lost their ancient leader, and no word breaks from the voiceless tripod on our ears. While as a ruined mother in some spasm bears a base child and loathes it, so our best enthusiasm genders unlawful children, anarchy. Freedom's own Judas, the vile prodigal license who steals the gold of liberty, and yet has nothing. Ignorance, the real, one fratricide since Cain, envy the asp that stings itself to anguish, avarice whose palsied grasp is in its extent stiffened, moneyed greed, for whose dull appetite men waste away amid the whir of wheels and all the seed of things which lay their sower. These each day sees rife in England, and the gentle feet of beauty tread no more the stones of each unlovely street. What even Cromwell spared is desecrated by weed and worm left to the stormy play of wind and beating snow, or renovated by more destructful hands. Time's worst decay will wreathe its ruins with some loveliness, but these new vandals can but make a rain-proof barrenness. Where is that art which bade the angels sing through Lincoln's lofty choir, till the air seems from such marble harmonies to ring with sweeter song than common lips can dare to draw from actual reed? Ah, where is now the cunning hand which made the flowering hawthorn branches bow? Hawthorn branches bow. For Southwell's arch and carved the house of one who loved the lilies of the field with all. Our dearest English flowers, the same sun rises for us, the seasons natural weave the same tapestry of green and gray. The unchanged hills are with us, but that spirit hath passed away. And yet, perchance it may be better so, for tyranny is an incestuous queen. Murder her brother is her bedfellow, and the plague chambers with her in obscene and bloody paths her treacherous feet are set. Better the empty desert and a soul inviolate. For gentle brotherhood, the harmony of living in the healthful air, the swift, clean beauty of strong limbs when men are free and women chaste, These are the things which lift our souls up more than even agnolos, gaunt, blinded Sibyl poring over the scroll of human woes. Or Titian's little maid on the stair, white as her own sweet lily, and as tall, or Mona Lisa smiling through her hair. Ah, somehow life is bigger after all. Than any painted angel could we see the God that is within us, the old Greek serenity, which curbs the passion of that level line of marble youths who with untroubled eyes and chastened limbs ride round Athena's shrine and mirror her divine economies and balanced symmetry of what in man would else wage ceaseless warfare, this at least within the span. Oh. Okay, we're into the little end here. Hydrate. Okay. Between our mother's kisses and the grave might so inform our lives that we could win such mighty empires that from her cave temptation would grow hoarse and pallid sin would walk ashamed of his adulteries, and passion creep from out the house of lust with startled eyes, to make the body and the spirit one with all right things, till no thing live in vain from morn to noon, but in sweet unison. With every pulse of flesh and throb of brain, the soul in flawless essence high enthroned, against all outer vain attack invincibly bastioned. Mark with serene impartiality the strife of things, and yet be comforted, knowing that by the chain causality all separate existences are wed into one supreme whole, whose utterance is joy or holier praise. Ah, surely this were governance of life in most august omnipresence. Omnipresence, yeah, the softer I, of life in most august omnipresence, through which the rational intellect would find in passion its expression, and mere sense, ignoble else, lend fire to the mind, and being joined with it in harmony, more mystical than that which binds the stars planetary, strike from their several tones one octave chord, whose cadence being measureless would fly through all the circling spheres, then to its Lord return, refreshed with its new empery and more exultant power. This indeed, could we but reach it, were to find the last, the perfect creed. Ah, it was easy when the world was young to keep one's life free in inviolate. From our sad lips another song is wrung. By our own hands our heads are desecrate. Wanderers in drear exile, and dispossessed of what should be our own, we can but feed on wild unrest. Somehow, the grace, the bloom of things has flown, and of all men we are most wretched who must live each other's lives and not our own, and for very pity's sake, and then undo all that we lived for. It was otherwise, when soul and body seemed to blend in mystic symphonies. But we have left those gentle haunts to pass with weary feet to the new cavalry, where we behold as one who in a glass sees his own face, self-slain humanity, And in the dumb reproach of that sad gaze, learn what an awful phantom the red hand of man can raise. O smitten mouth, O forehead crowned with thorn, O chalice of all common miseries, thou for our sakes that loved thee not hast borne an agony of endless centuries, and we were vain and ignorant, nor knew that when we stabbed thy heart it was our own real hearts we slew. Being ourselves the sowers and the seeds, the night that covers and the lights that fade, the spear that pierces and the side that bleeds, the lips betraying and the life betrayed. The deep hath calm, the moon hath rest, but we, lords of the natural world, are yet our own dread enemy. Is this the end of all that primal force, which in its changes being still the same, from eyeless chaos cleft its upward course, through ravenous seas and whirling rocks and flame, till the suns met in heaven and began their cycles, and their morning stars sang, and the word was man. Nay, nay, we are but crucified, and though the bloody sweat falls from our brows like rain, loosen the nails. We shall come down, I know, staunch the red wounds. We shall be whole again. No need have we of hyssop-laden rod. That which is purely human, that is godlike, that is God. Oh, that one was beefy. I wasn't ready. I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's be fun. It's like, it should only take 20 minutes. No, I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. She was thick. And not the fun kind of thick either. Anyway, so the flower of love will be the next section. Let me books edit. Aw, the bonks. 20 minutes became 60. Just one more turn. The turn. Fuck. You're not wrong. We read from 189 to 252 today. So around 64 pages, give or take. Some pages full of poetry and some not. Wait, that's math bad. Bath brain smoosh. Calc. Let's see. 251 minus 189. 62. Okay, I was close. Sweet. Okay. And we're definitely on the wrong. Fantastic. We're definitely on the wrong. Words are hard. Oh no, I am not reading that. That is beyond my scope of skills. All right. Aw. Oh no, Valkyrie, why? Viking blessings raid. Excellent. Welcome in. Oh, Valkyrie, I'm so spent, and you were so kind to raid. Oh no. Welcome in, raiders. I love you all. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me.
I'm not a furry. What?
I'm not a furry.
I just want someone to fuck me like a dog.
Aw.
Well, in my case, fuck me.
Bountiful Vermin too. Oh, another. This is just a whole A-star roster of awesome streamers here. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. Oh man, I remember watching that unironically on television. The clips have been. It's a variety. It's kind of a. I never know what I'm gonna get to see, so I don't know. These shout out players are such a mixed bag. I really need to find a good one. But the first one that I was recommended, which was Twitch Guru, just had an overhaul. I'm gonna have to check out to see if it's working better. Right now I am playing Words Are Hard because I can't remember anything. The one I am using now is twitch-shoutout.pages.dev. But it's supposed to actually ping people with like the / shoutout command, but it doesn't, and I don't know why. Ah, fair enough. Aw, thank you for the follow, Device Serial. That's so kind of you. Raiders, if you're not familiar with my content, my name is Vexing Cat. I am primarily a booktuber. I read classic literature and poetry and occasionally play games. Most recently, I have been playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, which is this incredible game set in North America where you get to go from town to town picking up these incredible stories and retelling them to further them, and like the more you tell the tales, the weirder and stranger and more elaborate they become, because the stories are retold by the people that you tell them to others, and so then they get crazy elaborate. But I am spent, so I am so very profoundly, irreversibly sorry that I was going to raid out, because I just read an hour's worth of poetry that was just continuous poem. She was thick. She was, I think, at least 10 pages of just one continuous poem, the Humanitad. So let's, if Maiko is on, talk about, yeah, that is deeply unfortunate timing. Yeah, no stabbing. I don't. Okay, is Maiko on? Hold on. Oh, yes, Maiko is on. They have been streaming for... Oh, they've got a new game that you can play while they're reading. I like the new... Looks like they got a new book to read from, too. Yeah. Oh, right, the wrong tone. Aw, thank you. Okay, we're gonna go bother Maiko. Because a promise made is a promise kept. And it looks like Alan's already over there giving him the old what for. So let's go ahead and go raid Maiko, who is reading Your Hydrophobia Cured in Just 4 Simple Phases. The Fourth Phase of Water by Gerald H. Pollock. An analysis with Ride the Snake. So this is Ride is a snake, and then I believe Maiko is the other, the TV headed PNG tuber. Both really cool. Alright, so we're going to write a nice little message, since everyone was so kind to join me here. And we're going to say, what are we going to say? Something nice. Okay. Followers get to grab the raid emote. A poem a day keeps the plague away. Well, maybe not. Okay. All right. Couple of times, copy, we'll add the little raid at the end. Alright, so this will be our raid message today. A poem a day keeps the plague away. Well, maybe not. Anyway, let's go raid and say hello to Ride the Snake. They were in here earlier. So, ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi. Be sure to grab your poem a day, and let's go bother this poor sweet PNG snake VTuber who's reading a book. I love you all. I will be back on Friday with more Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. And if you're not already on the Underrealm Discord server, can I get a... just do it. Underrealm. Can I spell? No. There we go. Aw, thank you for the biddies. Thank you. If you're not already part of the Underrealm Discord server, here is a link to that. An amazing community, very inclusive. I originally thought they were only gaming based, but truthfully, there are a community about supporting each other and supporting other streamers. So honestly, any of you here that are into streaming, highly recommend Underrealm. Good folks, a lot of gamers. Just joined Gen 2 a couple weeks ago. It's like, oh, congrats, you're a part of Gen 2. Yay! Now you're sick. Boo! All right, so let's go say hi to Ride, and we'll alley-oop in 3, 2, 1, go.